always did employment and labor law only as a litigator and as a solicitor as we do in Canada. I think eventually it got to the point where lots of older practitioners were asking me to try to help them solve their cases. And so that was my introduction to mediation. But in fairness, I was also getting tired of always singing the song of the man who paid the piper. And I thought that I could bring some integrity and some fairness to the process so that it would be not only the person with the more money or the more resources who would carry the day. Well, again, I only do employment and labor cases, mostly employment cases, which, unlike in the States, it's a much more popular subject in Ontario. It's mandatory in Toronto, so there's always more than enough work to go around. Because of my experience and my reputation, I guess, tend to get higher value cases, and I do the best I can in bringing some fairness and some integrity and some honesty to the process. So I've been very fortunate. My success rate is around 92%. I do about 150 to 160 mediations a year, and that's what I do. It's unique in that in my world, and I don't know how it's done in yours, but there's no offers in my world. So I tend to take over the discussion and take over the negotiation and build towards what I think should be achievable in the specific circumstances. So I have a mixture of styles. It's mostly evaluative, and that's because I rely on my own knowledge and expertise of the subject area. But also facilitative in the sense that I care about the people and I care about the process, and I want to make sure they understand that I bring some integrity and some knowledge of the law to the process, but at the same time try to be benevolent in terms of how I approach it. I think originally it's simply based on my reputation and expertise in the area. Larger law firms hire me because they know that I will protect their younger members, and so that I won't let younger lawyers be taken advantage of. It sounds sort of selfish, but I think it's because I'm very good at it. And I have a style that seems to put people at ease and gives them the feeling that I care and that we do it for the right reasons. I think honesty and integrity from the mediator. I think knowledge of the subject area is very, very helpful, at least in my area of mediation. I think personality is tremendously important, likability, a sense of having kindness and respect for the parties. And I certainly do that naturally, but I try to emulate those things. I ride motorcycles. I have raced motorcycles for many years. I had a horrible accident in 2019 in Phoenix. Some young woman decided that I've been on this planet too long and took me out at 55 miles an hour. So I had some broken ribs and a ripped rotator, but sure is better than the alternative. My wife came down and said that she was going to nurse me back to health. And when I was healthy, she was going to effing kill me. So she sold my motorcycle, and our son sold my motorcycle while I was in the hospital recuperating. So she got a bracelet, he got a car, and I have a bum body. But so I tend not to ride motorcycles anymore, except at the cottage or in the country. But I bought myself a 4-wheel motorcycle. I bought myself a very fancy sports car. So I do that instead.